Will the One Piece trading card game last the test of time? My name is Ben from Full Moon Games and Footer's Pizza, located in Terre Haute, Indiana. Today I'm going to be talking about the One Piece trading card game and if I think it will last the test of time. First of all, if I carry the product, I think it will last, because if I don't carry the product, I probably don't have faith in the product. So that's the first thing. Obviously, I do have faith in One Piece, and I think it will last the test of time. And I proved that with my wallet by buying One Piece from our distributor as much as we can, raising our allocations year after year, even when people didn't want it back in the day. There was a time when people didn't want One Piece trading card games, when they reprinted Two Legends, when they reprinted Fist of Divine Speed, when they reprinted Royal Blood, when they reprinted Wings of the Captain. All of those sets were at or almost below cost on TCG Player, and they kept dumping the products. They kept printing as much as they could, and people stopped buying the product because it was going down and down and down, and it was not investable anymore until it was. That's how these markets work. They're not investable until they are. And if you're the person that's investing while it's not investable, you're gonna be the one that reaps the rewards of buying the product when nobody else wanted it. And I personally am obsessed with card games, and I look into all the IPs of all of them, and the One Piece IP is one of the most crazy IPs I've ever seen. I looked into it. I saw the anime was out in 1997. I saw how many episodes they had. I saw how die-hard the fan base was in Japan and everywhere else. How many people at the store were talking about the One Piece card game and the One Piece anime. And then the One Piece Netflix series came out, and I watched it, and I realized how great this story is. Even just the Netflix show. I know the Netflix adaptation is not as good as the anime, obviously, but it got me thinking more bullish on One Piece trading card games because it's been out since 1997. It's not just some new thing. It's not just some new hot thing. One Piece trading card game came out in 2022. I think it was 2022. Anyways, came out in 2022, finally. They finally came out with a trading card game. One Piece saw what Pokemon was doing. One Piece saw what Magic the Gathering was doing, and Yu-Gi-Oh! And they realized they should also make a trading card game. And honestly, I think it's the smartest thing they've done. It's one of the best trading card games that is out, and now One Piece is their flagship trading card game for Bandai. It's their #1 trading card game. It's their most printed trading card game, and it's their most sought after trading card game. They do have Gundam, and they do have Digimon and Dragon Ball Super and Dragon Ball Fusion World and other Bandai card games, but their main focus is One Piece. So they're going to be doing as much as they can to make sure that One Piece lasts the test of time. They're going to make sure that it doesn't die. They're doing more crossovers than any other card game. If you look at Magic, they're doing tons and tons of crossovers, as you can see. But if you look at the One Piece, have you seen all these One Piece cards that they're coming out with? Where did I put these One Piece cards? 1 second. I'll be back with these One Piece cards real quick. I'm back. If you have seen all the things that they've crossed over with, it's just insane. Like this soccer One Piece, or football to everybody else other than America. This One Piece soccer thing, I bought this for $500 when it was $500, and now it's $2,500 or something. And then you got these LA Dodgers Monkey Dawn cards that just came out. People were buying them for $500, $600, $700, $800 at the Dodger Stadium when they were giving out like 50,000 of them or something, or 35,000. I don't remember the exact number, but it's insane, the demand for One Piece, and people know. So anytime they do a One Piece promotional thing, they sell out. If they do a One Piece movie promo at a movie theater or something, they're going to sell out. They're going to sell out all the tickets that they can, so all the One Piece fans get the promos. And if Disney Lorcana figures this out, they will reap the rewards that One Piece has been doing. Anyways, I think One Piece definitely can last the test of time. People are like, well, they're just anime characters. What do you mean they're just anime characters? They're not even real things. What are you talking about? They're not real things? Okay, let's take a look at this card and this card and compare them. Where's it at? So this card allegedly is worth like $10,000. That's ridiculous, in my opinion. It's not even a real thing. But you look at these made-up characters in the other card games. This is a made-up character. This is a made-up character. This is a made-up character. This Mox Diamond was made up. Oh, that's how you drop a $2,000 card. Traveling Chocobo. That's a made-up character. That's a made-up character. That's a made-up character. That's a made-up character. Are you getting what I'm getting at? These are all made-up IPs. They're all made up. It doesn't matter if they're some random anime. It doesn't matter if you think the anime sucks. It doesn't matter if you think Disney is cringe because you don't want to be a Disney adult. It doesn't matter. There's tons and tons of people who think it's cool. It doesn't matter if it's not your niche. It's somebody's niche. It's millions and millions of people's niche. So is Pokemon. So is One Piece. So is Magic. So is Disney. Or I already said Disney. I meant to say Digimon. So is Gundam. So is League of Legends Riftbound. You see these? Did I even get one? Did I bring a Riftbound card? I didn't bring one. I'm a scrub. I'm just a scrub. Anyways, you can get signature League of Legends things. Riftbound, is Riftbound gonna die too because it's made up characters too? This is a made up character. That's a made up character. Every single thing in my hand is a made up character. The market is what people make it. The people determine the market. If there's enough people that agree that these characters are cool, there's enough people that agree that this card is worth $10,000, then the card's going to be worth $10,000. That's just how markets work. The more people that agree on something, the higher it can go, really. Like this is available on our website. All of these cards that you see are available on fullmoongames.com. I'm not joking when I say we have a ridiculous amount of cards, and we're adding cards daily. We have very, very sought after cards. Near mint, lightly played. If you look at our grading system is just as good, if not better, than TCG Player. We sold over 100,000 or more cards on TCG Player and had 100% feedback. So our grading system here is much better than some other card stores. So if you're getting a lightly played card, you're going to get a card with like one to four nicks on it, maybe. Some of them might have like 5 or 6. And if you're getting a moderately played card, it's going to be like 8 to 10 or 7 to 10 nicks on it, and so on and so forth. Our near mint is near mint. Our heavily played, this is heavily played. Let's take a look at this heavily played Mox Diamond. Just to give you like an idea of what our heavily played is. Don't know if this is a good, but this is heavily played. Is that heavily played to you, or is that moderately played? I don't know if it's... I'm going to get behind the camera so you can see it better. That's heavily played. Is in your book, is that heavily played or is that moderately played? I don't know. We grade very, very strictly here. And any high-end cards I put online, I put them online very, very strictly. Like, if I got this in the mail and they listed it as heavily played, I'd be happy. If they listed this as moderately played, some people might be happy, but some people might not. So we grade stuff. If I'm on the fence, I put it at the ladder. If it's moderately played or heavily played, I'm on the fence, it's going to go to the ladder. It's going to go to heavily played because I'd rather our customers be happy than our customers be mad and get something that they think in their eyes is a better condition or a worse condition or whatever. But anyways, back onto One Piece. Really, there's enough people who agree to something, and there's a market for it, which there clearly is. There's clearly tens of millions of people in One Piece. There's clearly millions and millions of fans who have been into One Piece for decades. It's from 1997. 1997. That's a familiar number. Wait, is Pokemon came out in 1996, Yu-Gi-Oh came out in 1998, Magic came out in 1993. This IP has lasted the test of time. They're still making anime for it. They're still making Netflix adaptations for it. They're still growing the IP as big as they can. They are competing with Pokemon. They really are. You don't understand yet? Well, you might understand yet. You might already understand that One Piece can last the test of time. If it does, if it's the next Pokemon or the next big card game, if you don't have any of it, you're gonna say, why didn't I buy it? I saw it right there. I know it was above MSRP, but the card game was so sought after because the IP was so good that they couldn't keep up with printing. It doesn't matter. If they eventually print to demand One Piece again, the next set, the 17th set, this 16th set was the last set that was with 2 distributors. There was only 2 distributors in the United States for One Piece. So most of the card game stores couldn't even get it unless they had these 2 distributors. I created an account with one of the 2 distributors that sold One Piece just because of it. Just because of Dragon Ball Super and Bandai. Now Bandai is branching out to more distributors. What does that mean? It's going to be more accessible. More accessible to more stores. They might not get as much as the stores that have been here since the beginning, like us. They might not get a bunch of cases or anything like that, but if they get a case or 2, if every store in the United States get a case or 2, the card game's going to expand more. There's going to be more people into the card game because people can't get into card games if they're not accessible. And adding these 2 distributors, one of them is my main distributor, which I'm happy that they now have One Piece I can buy from them. I'm going to buy even more One Piece from them because I believe in the IP. I believe in the company. I believe in Bandai. I know they have failed sometimes in the past, but without fail, you cannot succeed. They had to fail over and over and over and over and over again until they found their diamond in the rough, One Piece. Until they found their diamond in the roughs. Digimon. Is Digimon one of the big ones too? Or Gundam? Or Dragon Ball? Is Dragon Ball coming back? I don't know. All I know is I believe in One Piece. I don't think it will die. I think it is going to last the test of time. And that's why we sell singles of it. That's why we sell singles of Magic the Gathering, Riftbound, Pokemon, One Piece, Lorcana, and Yu-Gi-Oh! If I believe in them, I'm going to sell them. I'm going to sell the singles. I'm going to buy the singles. I want more mangas. Sell me your mangas email me at sellmecardsfmg@gmail.com. I'll give you higher rates than on our website. But if you want to support us more, you can sell it on our website and get hosed. Just kidding, you're not getting hosed. We give 75% at minimum for TCG low pricing for store credit, so that's a pretty good deal. The cash on there I think is like 50 or 60%. So if you're wanting a higher cash rate, you're gonna have to email me because I will give you a higher cash rate. We give like 70% for high end at the minimum and for sealed product. If you're wanting to buy One Piece booster boxes, don't buy them on TCG Player. We're gonna have them cheaper than TCG Player on our website, fullmoongames.com. If you buy a case, I'll love you. But we do have cases and booster boxes of the Time of Battle available now if you would like to buy them. They are cheaper than TCG Player. So there's that. If you want to save a couple dollars, $10 to $20, $10 to $20 is better than not saving any money. You know what I mean? And you're supporting a local business that, yeah, you're just supporting a local business. I don't know. I'm just some scumbag that has a lot of cardboard, apparently. Some people think I'm just a scalper. I'm the worst person in the world. Our distributor destroyed one of our pitch black ETBs. It came in destroyed. And I opened it because it was destroyed. And I got this card. That's a pretty good pull. Pretty good pull. If you want to buy it, it's going to be available on fullmoongames.com along with all these other stuff behind me. You got Lorcana and One Piece and Yu-Gi-Oh! And Star Wars and Digimon and Gundam and Riftbound and My Little Pony and Magic the Gathering and Pokemon and supplies and Warhammer and board games and sleeves and deck boxes and binders and miniatures and yes, all that stuff's on our website. I don't mean to shill my own website, but we're not really sponsored unless you count the PCG code below where you can grade any of these cards. If you buy this card from me and grade it and it becomes a PCG 10, that could make it go up to $15,000, $20,000. Because the PSA 10 of this is like 19 or 20,000, I think, which is insane. It's ridiculous. The grading multiplier for all these cards. You got serialized cards. You got Winnie the Pooh's $2,500. You got Perrin. Why is this card over $100? Traveling Chocobo. If you're wanting any really cool looking cards, we really do have too many. And we really want you to have them. They need to be in your collection. I know they're going up in value. Some of these cards. Most of these cards will go up in value. I know they will. That's why I don't care if they sit on our website for a while, because I don't know. Anyways, One Piece is going to last. At least I think so. I've been wrong in the past. We bought MetaZoo. I guess... Wait. MetaZoo's coming back, so I wasn't wrong. Meta 2. I don't know. What other trading card game should I talk about? Some people were talking about Cookie Run. I saw... damn it. What's her name? I forgot her name, but she makes videos about Pokemon. She was talking about Cookie Run recently. And we don't carry that right now because our distributors don't have it. I tried to get it. We had to make another distributor. We had to fill out an application for another distributor. Same thing with the PAL World thing. There's another distributor. There's only one distributor that has it. So, like, if you really want your card games to last, follow Bandai's footsteps. Make it accessible at all distribution companies. If PAL World probably won't, because maybe these distributors are scared to sell it because they don't want to piss off Pokemon. If Pokemon's going to get mad about that, I don't know. I don't know if they would get mad about that or not. But if you want some spaghetti and some games, come to Terre Haute, Indiana. You can buy One Piece cards. You can eat some spaghetti. Pour some garlic sauce in your spaghetti. Chew it up. Play some games. Oh, that's so warm and good. Now I want to end this video so I can go sit down and eat this. Holy crap, that was good. Somebody come franchise us. It'd probably be the best pizza place in the world. And that's not because my parents created it. It's just amazing. I don't know. Anyways, back to the topic of One Piece. All these starter decks. Is this the starter? Yeah, all these starter decks, they come with a Fist of Divine Speed in it. This frickin' set, I have to take the sticker off of this. Why do I have to take the sticker off of this? $500 sticker. Look at this. Look at this. $500. Why am I taking the sticker off? It's a $700 box now. When they reprinted this, they asked me if I wanted 100 boxes, and I said yes, I'll take them all. They're like, okay. Because they saw it go to almost at cost on TCG Player. They're like, are you sure you want it? I'm like, yeah, I'll take it all. How is it $700? How old is this set? This is just doesn't make sense. You think all these card games are big and bad and cool? Wait till you realize that eventually most of the money flows to the big three or the big four. I know One Piece is probably going to be one of the big three or the big four. It could be the big four now. It could be Magic, Pokemon, Lorcana, and One Piece. In my opinion, those are the big four. So all these other smaller card games coming out, what they do is some of the people stay. Sometimes these card games die. And what happens when those card games die? All those new people into those card games eventually flow to the big four. So you take 25% of the people in Riftbound. If it dies, I don't think it will. That's one of the card games that we sell singles for, so I think it's going to last. Anyways, if any of these card games die, 25% could go to Magic, 25% Pokemon, One Piece, Lorcana. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen in the future? But you got to put your money where your mouth is. If you think One Piece is going to last, buy it. If you think Pokemon's going to last, buy it. If you think Magic's going to last, buy it. So on and so forth. That's just what I do. I think these card games will last the test of time, so I continue to buy the singles, I continue to buy the sealed, I continue to buy from our customers, I continue to buy the crappy products from our distributors when they have them, because the crappy products eventually become good products with time. Because even Homelands, worst set ever. $500 to $1,000 a box. It might be even more. I haven't looked at it in like 3 years. I haven't looked at the price of Homelands. Somebody tell me the price of Homelands in the comments below. Or Fallen Empires. Like, if the card game lasts the test of time, no matter what set it is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. People will eventually see that set as nostalgia. If there's no good hits in that set, it doesn't matter. It's nostalgia. And that's one thing that One Piece doesn't have. It doesn't have sets with no good hits. They learned that. They learned how to have hits in every single set. That's the difference between some of these card games. You look at Magic, some of the older sets, some of them have 0 hits. Some of them you can't even hit a $1,000 card in. You can hit a $1,000 card in every single One Piece box. Every single one of them. There's a $1,000 card or more. Is it a bubble? Are they overvalued? I don't think so. The market determines the value. There's enough people in the market to say that those are worth that much. There's enough people that pay that much to agree that they are worth that much. So, how undervalued are these One Piece booster boxes? If you can only pull like a $15 card in a Fallen Empires box, and the box is like $1,000, what's going to happen to these card games that have $1,000 hits, $5,000 hits, $10,000 hits in their boxes? Are those boxes gonna only hit $1,000 like Fallen Empires or however much it is now? I don't know. Same thing with Lorcana. These card games came out with hits. Hard to get hits that will go up in value over time. That's the difference between them and Magic and Pokemon. Pokemon's original thing, they didn't really have any cool hits, but those uncool hits are expensive now because of nostalgia. That's my point. It doesn't matter if these card games last the test of time, nostalgia will do the rest of the work. It will create the value over time. Nostalgia. If somebody's born today and in 4 years they open their first pack of Pokemon, and in 16 years they're 20, they remember opening that pack when they were 4. And they're like, dang, base set was 30 years before I was born, 40 years before I was born. That's so old. No wonder that set's $100,000, $1 million a box. whatever it's going to be in the future. It's going to keep going up. It doesn't matter. Time will create the value, especially if the US dollar keeps going down in value. Anyways, I think One Piece will last the test of time. So I'm buying, I'm selling, I'm trading. Do you think One Piece will last the test of time? Do you think it will die? Is it the future of the trading card game world? Is it going to outpace one of these other card games like Magic and Pokemon? Will it ever do that? Will they have so much volume that it does outpace Magic? And then One Piece and Pokemon become the top two? Don't see that happening. I don't see Magic ever being not in the top two, but you cannot tell the future. Nobody knows the future. I don't even know the future. I'm just guessing. I'm just buying stuff that I believe in. If you buy stuff that you believe in and it just sits there and you believe in it for a long period of time, eventually you could be right. But if you're wrong, you still believe in it. You still believe in it. And if you open it, it still has value. Like these sealed products. Wouldn't it still be fun to open something? Like in 10 years, if this is like $200 right now. In 10 years, if it's $150, it went down $50 and you lost 25% of your money. You open it and you realize it's nostalgia now. You open it and it's nostalgic because it's 5 years down the line, and losing that $50 doesn't matter anymore because you want to open it for the fun. You want to see the old One Piece cards because the new One Piece cards have a new border because it's 5 years down the line. They have a new border or something, and the old One Piece cards look retro now. Who knows what's going to happen? Look at Magic, look at Pokemon. Pokemon is genius. Why do I think they're genius? Why is Pokemon where did the Pokemon cards go? Did I not bring any? Okay, anyways, the yellow border for Pokemon. Eventually, it will come back. You know why? They have copied Magic. They have made it retro. Magic stopped making retro things in 2003. Then 10 years later, 20 years later, they start making retro frame stuff because the old border looks cool because it's old. Eventually, Pokemon will do that. They'll do retro border Pokemon cards. 40th anniversary. 45th anniversary. 50th anniversary, who knows? Where you get nothing but like yellow border cards. I don't know. Anyways, that's a lot of rambling. I just talked about so much random stuff. I don't even remember what I talked about. That was a lot of rambling. More Pico EX. All this One Piece products available on our website, fullmoongames.com. Leave a like, a comment, a subscribe, share, hype up the video. Tell me the longest word you know, like the magic card Asmaranamar Dicadicine Coldicar, or anti-disestablishmentarianism. What's the longest word you know? Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I don't know. Tell me the longest word you know. What is the longest word? I don't know. I don't know what the longest word is. I guess somebody will tell me. Buy some of our product to appease the creators of this place, or I will be fired. Seriously, they said, if I don't sell anything this week, I'm gonna be fired. Dude, you guys better just buy it all, or I'm gonna not have a job. Alright. That's enough begging online. You can join the community below as well. Any money from that is going to be given away to people here. I'm just gonna give away packs and stuff, or free handouts. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe some food. Maybe we'll pass out food or something. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was long enough. Some things aren't long enough in this world. And maybe this video is long enough. Maybe it's too short. Maybe some people will say it's too long. Maybe some people will say it's too short. It really depends on the person. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it doesn't matter if it's long or short. It matters what's on the inside of the video, the information that you gain. If the video is 2 minutes and you gain more information than a 30-minute video, is the 2-minute video better or is the 30-minute video better? Or do you like listening to long-term long term. Long videos, because you're listening to them while you work. Because that's what I do. That's why I started making these videos, because I love listening to other card store owners and other people who are in the Pokemon, Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, Lorcana, One Piece, Digimon, Dragon Ball, Gundam, Riftbound space. Anybody in those spaces that talks about these card games, I love watching, because I just listen to it while I'm working and putting cards online and packaging orders. Well, I don't package orders. Bob does. So Bob packages the orders. And I just watch him on the camera while he's packaging the orders. I just stare at him for 10 hours straight. I just stare at him. No, I don't. That'd be real creepy. Cuts to a video of me looking at the cameras for 10 hours at him. Imagine. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed the video. Have a good day. Don't forget to make somebody's day today. Give somebody a compliment or something. I don't know. One compliment can change that person's day, and their day will be better, and then they can make somebody else's day better, and then that person's day will be better, and then and it's like a ripple effect. That's all it takes. One little thing. One little good deed can make a million good deeds happen. You never know. Utvara Hellkite serialized. Fullmoongames.com. Buy it now. Have a good day. Oh! 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 All right. Bye.